Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Olive Trees and Lampstand. It's a continuing series of messages to an awakening nation of true believers, those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuwah, those who have come to discover that it is Yahusha, our Messiah, that no man can come into the Father except through the Messiah. Yahusha is his true name, and Yahuwah is the true name of the Almighty Father. Both of these names have been masked or hidden in many years in times past, but are emerging, and those who earnestly seek to worship the Almighty Creator, He that is Olive Tar, are coming into the truth, are gradually beginning to be enlightened to what has been hidden in the travesties of pagan influence on scriptures. To you who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, this message is to you, and I consider you my brothers and my sisters. Today is April 30th, 2014. My name is Symmanayah, and these words, I believe, will fall on the ears of those who will be among the 144,000, representing 12 tribes of true Yasharal, commonly known as Israel, as well as the Assemblies, who we will come to know are the multitude, both of which are mentioned in Revelation 7 chapter. Together, made one by Yahusha our Messiah under the banner of Yasharal. This message is to you, my brothers and sisters, and this segment is entitled The Assembly of Ephesos. The Assembly of Ephesus. My brothers and sisters, I have presented highlights of the characteristics of the 12 representing tribes of Yasharal, which includes Yehuda, Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, Shimon, Lewi, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. I will now speak on the assemblies, specifically in this segment, Ephesus, as mentioned in Revelation chapter 2. While many may think the relevance of this passage have passed or are more historical in nature, I submit to you the message to the assemblies are relevant to end times. With that said, allow me to read Revelations 1:20 again and introduce Revelations 2:1 through 7, specifically as it regards to the assembly at Ephesus. Revelation 1:20 says, The secret of the 7 stars which you saw in my right hand, and the 7 golden lampstands. The 7 stars are the messengers of the 7 assemblies, and the 7 lampstands which you saw are 7 assemblies. Revelations 2, verse 1 through 7 reads, To the messenger of the assembly of Ephesus write, He who is holding the 7 stars in his right hand, who is walking in the midst of the 7 golden lampstands, says this, I know your works, and your labor, and your endurance, and that you are not able to bear evil ones, and have tried those who say they are emissaries and are not, and have found them false, and have been bearing up, and have endurance, and have labored for my name's sake, and have not become weary. But I hold this against you, that you have left your first love. So remember from where you have fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I shall come to you speedily and remove your lampstand from its place, unless you repent. Yet this you have, that you hate the works of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies. To him who overcomes, I shall give to eat from the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of Elohim. My brothers and sisters, allow me to also add some more scriptures. 2 Timothy 3:16 and 17 read, All scriptures is breathed by Elohim and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for setting straight, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Elohim might be fitted, equipped for every good work. Every good work. John 14:26 says, But the Helper, the set apart Spirit, whom the Father shall send in my name, he shall teach you all and remind you of all that I've said to you. And John 16:12 and 13 says, I still have many words to say to you, but you are not able to bear them now. But when he comes, the Spirit of truth, he shall guide you into all truth, for he shall not speak from himself, but whatever he hears, he shall speak, and he shall announce to you what is to come. My brothers and sisters, while there are those who prefer to compartmentalize scriptures, in other words, teaching that the assemblies is just about what happened in a specific time or era, I submit to you we can learn from what is written. I further submit to you that if we examine the characteristics of the assembly of Ephesus, one can be on guard as to not repeat their mistakes and only capture their mistakes. If we only look to capture what is good about their lives, it could be a benefit to our walk in these end times. There is no doubt that the assembly of Ephesus were a laboring group who endured. It appeared that the assembly of Ephesus would also try the spirits to prove whether or not they were of the Most High. There were many other good qualities regarding the assembly of Ephesus. But let me say this, my brothers and sisters. It appears that we could determine that their good qualities caused them to part ways by forgetting their first love. My brothers and sisters, in other words, in their strength, in their good qualities, I am compelled to believe that the assembly of Ephesus became overconfident, began to place more credit on their own works versus remembering who it is that made it possible for them to be strong in the first place. I believe that the assembly of Ephesus became overconfident and placed more credit on themselves. Thus, we see the reproof when it says, remember your first love, remember from where you've fallen and repent. My brothers and sisters, if we look around, one can witness individuals in assemblies who have fallen just as the assembly of Ephesus. The remedy begins with remembering where one has fallen and repent. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, during these end times, we will go through extreme humbling conditions and events. We will rise up strong as we are refined, and it will be easy if and only if we lose focus to stray away from our strength. In other words, if we become too confident, it is easy to step away from our first love. So let us encourage one another to be careful. Let us be focused on the Spirit of Yahusha and hold tight to one another, to his words, to his living guidance. I submit to you, let us learn from the assembly of Ephesus and not lose focus. Let us keep our ears and eyes steadily on Yahusha our Messiah, lest we face a regretful end. Let us labor in our worship and obedience as guided. Let us grow to endure. Let us remember to try the spirits and not hesitate to identify them as false when they are indeed exposed. And by all means, let us lift up Yahusha's name and witness his drawing power. My brothers and sisters, we will become mentally, physically, and spiritually weak in our weakness during end times, when famine and drought, when lack of food and fresh water comes before us, when chaos and violence breaks out. We will become drained and weak. But in our pursuit of righteousness, we will see the Spirit, the set-apart Spirit that the Almighty Father Yahuwah sent in Yahusha's name, rise up within our midst, within us, one towards another, working in us, one towards another. We will witness through his sent messengers and through his chosen leaders, elders, teachers, and mores, and more. Something phenomenal, something amazing. The drawing power, the strengthening power from the Almighty Father. I strongly encourage each and every listener to this message to hold fast and be strong and stick to our first love, and let us not lose focus. Remembering, we can only know love by a living relationship with the Almighty Father Yahuwah. So in knowing that love, let us hold on to that first love, which is he. And it is through his set-apart Spirit, it is through his sacrifice and resurrected Son, the only begotten of the Father, Yahusha is his name, that we are able to understand what that first love is. I pray that you are able to discern and understand the importance of witnessing how these messages are very much applicable for today's assembly, for end times, for our final exodus, for those who will be among the ranks of the 144,000 in multitude, those who will be considered olive trees and lampstands, We will be brought together in unity as the Spirit of Yahusha so orders. I invite you to consider these words and the characteristics presented here regarding Ephesus, along with those of the 12 tribes that I have presented in times past. I invite you to continue on with me as we explore the other 6 assemblies, one by one, as part of this series, Olive Trees and Lampstands continues. As this series continues to take shape, again, which is entitled Olive Trees and Lampstands, I am compelled to believe it will prove to be of importance to the shaping of a refined group. We have visited the highlights of the 12 tribes of Yahusha, and now we have visited some characteristics of the Assembly of Ephesus. Let us move forward to address the characteristics of the next assembly, Smyrna. So stay tuned, my brothers and sisters, for the next segment will be available soon. I salute your patience, your endurance, your ability to seek out righteousness and truth. I salute you, my brothers and sisters. Be encouraged. Until next time, I pray that all that is said is made alive and that you're able to discern and understand the life in these words. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.